Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's a massive moment in the series today. We're back slightly earlier than planned, but it is nothing to do with Salford City. It is our competitive international debut, our first competitive game in charge of the Republic of Ireland, and it's going to be live here today. So it's a massive moment for us. It's really the job that can increase our reputation further. So let's see how we get on, and we'll of course review Salford's start to the season too. You join me again at the start of September. We've got a big end of transfer window to review. We said it better be a busy deadline day at Salford, and it was. We've had a fabulous start to the season, which we'll talk about in a minute. It shocked me, and I'm sure it'll shock a lot of you after the end of the live stream and the transfer special last time out. It's looking good. I've got to be honest, things are looking up at the moment, so I'm quite excited for how things are going to go today. Finances are bad, we won't worry about that for now though. So the first half of the episode we're going to review what's gone on at Salford so far, transfers and form mainly, and then we're going to focus on the big game with Ireland, our home to the Czech Republic, Nations League, Division B, Group 3. It's a big game at home, so let's see if we can get a result. But firstly, before we go and do any of those things, a massive thank you to everyone who continues to follow the series. If you are enjoying it and looking forward to a big international match today, please do put a thumbs up on the video. I really do appreciate your ongoing support and hope you continue to enjoy the series at this difficult time. Make sure you take care of yourself and stay safe. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn that notification bell on. We've got daily FM20 content from Monday to Saturday. Then on Sunday we'll be continuing our stadium review series. The first episode's in the eye above. It started last Sunday. A massive thank you to everyone that's got involved with that. We just want it to be the sort of relaxed, laid back chat you would have on public transport on the way to the match, or whether you'd have it in the pub or having lunch beforehand, whatever it may be. We want it to replicate that feeling, and we'd love you to get involved in it. So come and give it a try. Let us know down in the comments what you think. Make sure you give us your opinion as well. Get down in the comments. Let us know what you think of the ground if you've visited, what you think of our opinion. The more the merrier. We're happy to hear your opinion. Also on Sunday we'll have the debut of our FM20 network career, so that's myself against Craig, my co-host on the Honest Football podcast. We'll be doing a one-season series with two National League teams. We're expected to finish neck and neck, and we're just going to see who comes out on top. It's going to be a bit of a roller coaster ride. We've already recorded the first couple and I'm really excited for it, so I hope you enjoy it just as much as we did making it. But either way, we're focusing on Salford and Ireland today, so let's start with the Salford bits. The transfer window is what we're all here to see. We had a very disastrous start to the season, and it has looked up massively. Chris Casper, he's done his business late, but we owe him an apology. He's already looking at another bit of business at the moment due to an injury, that on a free agent deal. But let's go and have a look at what he's done. He signed 3 more players on deadline day, one of which we knew about already. He's also signed another player on a free agent deal just after. The deal went in on deadline day, but then it got concluded later on. And he's loaned out young Mark Oldnall, who's no longer needed for the bench. But if we look at these 4, there is one little bit of confusion. We'll get to that in a moment, and it's the usual bit for him, so have a guess if you want to. But let's go through the 4 signings. So Jacob Costello came in for $300,000 from Norwich, a player with massive potential at 22. He's not played too much to start with. He's played in a couple of cup games. Also in the Championship, he's come off the bench a couple of times. He's a decent player. 3-star ability, 4.5 potential. He's not quite as good as the scouts rated him, but he's going to be a good player. He's got improvement room, and I'm sure we'll make a profit on him. So I'm really happy with that signing. He already scored 1 goal in the Carabao Cup, so plenty more to come hopefully. But moving on to the second one, and this is where it starts to get confusing. Barry McKillop joins on loan from Brentford, and let's guess, he's another left back. Why have we got another left back? So we've got Tom Field. We've already got the other left back that was signed. I've already forgotten his name. That's quite embarrassing. Edmondson Roos, the big money signing, 1.2 million. And now we've got Barry McKillop. So at the moment, he's basically been a sub at left back if Edmondson Roos is struggling, or left wing if we're holding on to a lead. That gives us a bit more flexibility to play more defensively. But he's a really good player. He's electric quick. He's quite versatile. He's covered at right back a couple of times in the Carabao Cup. Had decent games even though he's out of position there. And he's just a really solid young player. So I've got no problem with him being here. I guess on deadline day it's just a panic to get signings in. So bolstering the squad, I've got no issue with that. But we definitely didn't need a left back. Then the third and final one on deadline day, another versatile attacking player, Bradley Durkin. He's coming from Leeds on loan. He's a young striker, 3.5 ability, 5 potential. England under-19 international. He can't really finish, but he's a really good player out wide on either side. So cutting in as an inside forward off the left or as a winger on the right. He can even play in the number 10 role if we need to switch to that. He's made one appearance off the bench in the cup, but he has had a few little injury knocks since he's been here. But otherwise, he's a really good player. I'm really pleased with it. It's just a solid player to have off the bench that can cover 3 or 4 positions. There's no complaints from me. He can come on as a backup on the right. That's where we've used him most of the time, to be honest, and I think he's going to be a solid contributor to the squad. So really happy with that, just to get bolstering the numbers in the squad. And then I was even happier when this happened half a week later. So it was the last one a bid was made for on deadline day. It was a free agent deal. He did put one other in as well, but he chose to go elsewhere. And it's James Lee. Now he's another striker. He's actually become our first choice already. And he's playing off the right wing as well if need be. He's a really good young player. 4-star ability, 4.5 potential. Released from Reading, who were obviously playing at championship level. Or in fact, are they in the Premier League? They're not. They're at the top end of the championship. But he's an advanced forward. He fits our tactic perfectly. £6,000 a week's not massive at championship level. He's got all the stats to be a world-class winger, actually, so we might have to think about that. But at the moment, he's competing with Chaplin, giving us 2 good striking options. And I'm really delighted with that one as well. So all is looking good there. He has been putting in bids for free agent centre-halves a couple of times. The main reason for that is because Sid Nelson's now out for 3 months, leaving us with just McGinley and Sykes. So we do need another centre-half, but otherwise we're pretty well covered. The only bit I do want to have a quick laugh about is George Williams. We said enough about him in the last 2 episodes. And guess what? He's got a hip injury. So he's out for 3 months as well. So not only was he useless and not good enough to wipe his shoes with Salford anyway, he now can't play a game. So, you know, it is what it is. He is a decent player in real life. I've got nothing against the bloke. I've seen him play for MK Dons once or twice. He's not bad. But in this career, it's possibly been one of the worst signings we've ever had on the channel. So, sorry, George, but you're not going to be making your appearance now. So he's about halfway through his recovery for that. But otherwise, the transfer window ended better than I expected. There's no big jobs coming up yet, so we'll wait and see what happens on that front. We were very unfortunate in the summer that no big championship jobs were available. It was basically Liverpool or League One, so a little bit surprising there. But I think we started well. And if we go to the schedule and have a look, I think you'll be able to see what the trend is. We have played 4 home games in the league, and in fact 5 in all competitions, and we have won every single one of them. We've not won a game away from home yet, so next month might be tricky as our next 2 games are on the road. So the table's probably a bit of a false perspective at the minute. But either way, at home, we have created this wonderful fortress. So you were with me when we lost away at Middlesbrough, despite putting in a really good performance. We then won 3-2 at home to Ipswich. It was 3-0. We had to rest some players. Ben Close picked up a knock and came off, and that really did lead to some of our downfall. But we did manage to hang on in the end. Connor Chaplin with a brace. Joe Williams nicking a goal. Exactly what we needed. We lost 3-0 away at Hull. First choice Ireland goalkeeper Max O'Leary was their number 1, and he saved the day for them. We absolutely dominated this game. How we lost it 3-0, I will never ever know. But we did get back to winning ways against Shrewsbury. James Lee on his debut, his first start for the club, getting the opener, and the only goal in fact at the end. A 2-1 win against Birmingham. Connor Chaplin in the 90th minute after we seemed to have thrown it away in the 89th. That was a moment I was jumping out my seat, I can't lie. Ben Close scored a brilliant driven finish from 30 yards too. Then a 1-0 win at home to Burnley. Again, that defensive solidity at home working out well. Archie Dixon on this occasion with a goal. Then a 0-0 draw away at Crystal Palace. We got plastered in this game. One of the promotion favourites, and we just hung on for dear life. Horgard, Johnston, Nelson and Sykes, you can see all of them among the top rated players. Joe Williams sent off for a silly tackle late on. But it was a brilliant result. I'm really pleased with that. And they're the sort of points that are going to be crucial. We'd expect that we can win enough home games to stay in the fight, but those little points on the road are the ones that could save us. A 2-1 defeat away at Leeds in the Cup. I'm quite annoyed actually. Sid Nelson got sent off just as we were coming back into it. Jacob Costello got his goal after we let him 2 in the first half. Sid Nelson obviously injured since he's not going to feature again. And then 1-0 at home to Stoke. Nathan Teller with an early goal. And again, backs to the wall. Close, Roos, McGinley, and then Sykes and Horgard as well. All among the star performers defensively. And Teller nicking himself his first goal of the year. All looking good so far for Salford. So we'll get back to that one next time out, but today we're here to focus on Ireland. So if you've got any questions about Salford or comments to make, let me know down below and we will readdress them in the next episode. Because today we are playing our first competitive international with Ireland. So I'm going to take you over to the squad very quickly. It's not too dissimilar to what we had last year. There are some fitness problems which are a bit of a concern. We've also got to think about the away game in 3 or 4 days' time. That's away at Israel, a really tough fixture there. But otherwise, we've got a pretty decent squad. We've got a couple of players back to fitness. Jimmy Dunn, a central defender, just gives us a bit more to compete with there. Otherwise, we're pretty limited in certain areas. We couldn't tempt any of the Englishmen or Scottish players over to play for us. So as it stands, this is what we've got. We'll go through the 11 that we're going to play and talk about them. We have adjusted our tactic as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pick those quickly. And then we'll be back in a moment to go through the lineup. Okay, so we're very slight favourites to win this game. Let's go and see who the Czech Republic's best players are. Anyone that might still be about from the previous days? Is there any players that we're going to recognise here? So let's put them in age order. The older one's likely to be those. Kader Rebecca, I remember from a couple of sticker books back. Patrick Schick, he's a very good young player. Still a good player with Roma. Ales Matiju. Did we have him at Torquay? Was it Torquay? No, it was Newcastle last season. We had him at Newcastle in a head coach in FM19. Good young fullback he was. Vaclav Cherny, he's a good player. He's well known. Was a wonder kid a few years back in FM. There's some decent players here. This is going to be a tough test. But let's go and have a look at our team for today. It's a 4-4-2. We've dropped the wingers back because we've got everyone back to full fitness. This, I think, on paper, bar possibly Troy Parrott, who's not quite fit for today, is our definite strongest 11. So we've got Max O'Leary in goal, O'Connor and Manning the fullbacks, and then we've got a big weakness. Darrell Lenihan, who's a model pro at centre-half, so hopefully he'll be able to get that experience on. And young Luke Murphy, who's going to be good but isn't quite there yet. So long-term, Murphy and Dillon, who's on the bench, are going to be very good centre-halves. Both of them 22 years of age. Luke Murphy playing in the Championship at the moment. You can see he's got the potential. He's going to make it. And then the same for Dillon as well. They've all got plenty of improvement. But as it stands, they're not quite there. So hopefully by the time we get to the Euros or World Cup qualifier, we'll be in a good position. So the Euro cycle coming up next. So half a Euro Championship football, maybe they'll just overtake Lenihan then. But for now, it's Lenihan and Murphy. On the right wing, we've got Obafemi, the first time he's been fit enough to start a game for me. Luke O'Connell over on the left, rather than in the middle where he was deputising in the last international break. And Malumbi and McCann, the best centre midfield partnership. McCann, another one of those rare younger players in the squad. 24, still a bit of potential. He's playing first team football in the Championship, so I'm hoping he'll improve. And then up front, Aaron Connolly and Adam Idar, two very good young players in real life. Troy Parrott the same, but not quite fit today. So that's the 11 we've gone for. Let's see if they can do something special here. In we go then, 4-2-3-1 for the Czech Republic. It's our classic Torquay FM19 formation. Direct, wide play, get the ball into the box. Let's try and bombard the aerial crosses. So in we go, let's give the fans something to cheer. Let me just make sure the tactics are right. Whipped crosses, we're going to hit early crosses as well. In fact, no, we'll leave that off for now. Because if they want to work it into the box, we can let little good bits of play go. Slightly more direct, quicker. I think we can drop it off slightly more direct. I think we can just go standard there. It's worked well in other series. In transition, counter-attack, yep, absolutely. Out of possession, standard defensive line. Let's see how it goes, shall we? It can't go any worse than our worst two fixtures did, but this is where it counts. It's a competitive match. Let's see how the first half goes. Well, we've just had to go to positive with 20 gone. Czech Republic on the ball as we break away, but they've outplayed us so far. We've not seen any highlights, but they've held all the stats. Though Obafemi's just run the length of the pitch. Oh, that's a great save. That is a great save by the Czech keeper. Tip wide of the post, it's a corner kick. Unfortunately, we're not going to see that. And already the stats are levelling up since that change. So that does bode well as we move along. But half an hour gone, still 0-0. The Czechs have gone over the top here. Gross is in. What a save, O'Leary. Max O'Leary doing exactly what he did against Salford earlier in the season. For Hull City, he was in goal. He was sublime in that match. Reflex is excellent. Tips it over there. Headed in and he does it again. Holds on to it this time as well. Max O'Leary's going to be a star in this save. And we're going to need a very good goalkeeping performance in every competitive match. Here's Pavlenka with a goal kick. Long ball forward for the Czechs. Obafemi nicks it though and he finds Adam Idar. Obafemi's making that run. That's the benefit of him being a striker too. He knows where to go. Idar's brought down though. It's a penalty kick. Where's that come from? Idar's by far the best penalty taker. He won it, so he's going to take it. And this could be a massive moment for us in our entire career. We start winning games with Ireland, we'll be taking up Premier League opposition. That's the one we wanted. Bottom corner, keeper went the right way, but no chance. And we are starting to make ourselves a big name. We've just got to hold on and get this result. Free kick on the left again. It's Connell to the back post. McCann in off the line. Murphy volleys and it's away. I'm a little bit worried. Gross has just run past a lot of us. I almost paused because I could not believe I was watching 6 Czech players run through and us only have 2 back. Well held up though. Oh, but Femi, what bit of defending that was. He's been a superstar over on the right wing. We're going to have to change our set piece routines at half time, but that is a really good first half for us. A little bit of a problem tactically to start with. Maybe I just didn't trust our lads enough going forward, but as soon as we went positive it's worked out and we lead 1-0 against the Czechs at half time. So we're going to ask the lads to do it for the fans. It was a really good first half, actually. If we can hang on for this result, as I said, if we could think about getting promotion out of this group, you've got Israel, Russia and the Czechs. If we manage to go up from there, we'll probably be getting Premier League and European attention from big clubs. And that'll be a lovely stepping stone for us. But equally, we want to do really well with Ireland. We've made it to the hour mark. There's not been any more highlights, though Schick's picked it up in the middle when we know how good he is. Up to Zhangto. Back to Matiju at left back, not playing his usual right back position. He's gone all the way back to the keeper, which we'll happily watch all day. And Pavlenka's got acres on it. He goes long to the right hand side for them. Out to Schick again. He's got a man closing him down in Luke O'Connell, but they've played round too easily there. The 4-4-2, that's where it does fall down. Just gives up a little bit of possession in the middle to the extra man. Kadira back. Into Simacek. They're keeping it nicely, but so far our shape's pretty good. It's holding up well. We look like we're forcing them backwards again. They go out wide. Schick's got there again, but it's looking good. They're not really getting anywhere. I say that as they then find the ball over. That's world class. Who is Simacek? Is he that good? Because that was an unbelievable through ball. He put it round the corner for Gross. There was no way we were getting near that. And with an hour gone, it's 1-1. And unfortunately, our dreams are getting shattered here. And they're back again with a free kick. A chance to put it into the box. O'Leary claims it. Now can we counter? Now can we counter? Come on, get the ball out. We need him to distribute that. We've got a couple up, so hopefully the 2 strikers can support each other here. It's a long ball forward. Connolly's got there, and he's in one-on-one with a great touch. Good save again. We've got to do better with a finish there. 20 minutes to go, and we've wasted another chance. I don't know what to say about that one. Let's go and have a look at what changes we can make. I'm thinking as Ryan Manning's had a poor game, I was going to switch him with Connell, but he's absolutely knackered. So can we really do that as well? We can't tackle either. So Connell's tired. We're just going to replace him directly. Will Ferry will come on the left wing. Not as confident in that midfield duty, but he can do a job. Then at right back, Lee O'Connor's knackered. He's a really good player. Very hard to replace. I don't think we've got a right back on the bench, have we? We haven't. Barry Dillon can cover there, but he's left-footed. I'm not a big fan of that sort of thing. Troy Parrott could go up front for Connolly, who just missed the chance. Though Idar's knackered, do we want to take him off instead? I don't know which way to go for here. Do you know what? Aaron Connolly's going to come off. I'm going to replace him with Troy Parrott. Troy Parrott's going to be a complete forward on attack. He loves that duty. And they're the 2 changes we'll make. We will make another one later on. We've got a few on yellow cards, but those are the 2 at the moment. Let's go and demand a bit more from the lads. Just see if we can nick a goal from somewhere. But as it stands, a wonder kid's just replaced a wonder kid for the Czechs. So they've got a much better side than us. It's fair to say that. Jason Malumbi's knackered. He's our best midfielder, but he's got nothing more in the tank. Alan Brown on for him. He's natural box to box. Good centre midfielder as well. And we've just got to hold on for this 5 now. As it stands, a draw might be a decent result. Into stoppage time, 4 added on. No real highlights. It looks like that's going to be it. 1-1. 2 evenly matched sides. It's an even result. 1-1, but we probably deserve to just nick it. And we're going to have to tell the boys we're disappointed. Terry Connor, a hard taskmaster. He's not happy with that. But a 1-1 draw to start our competitive group. Let's have a look at what the other result was. It was Russia who beat Israel 2-0 at home. So Israel in a spot of bother as we head into their game on Sunday. That's away from home though, so it will be trickier. Gross is a wonder kid who scored the goal. They've got a much better side. He's worth £75 million. He's earning 300 grand a week at Chelsea. How were we ever favourites for that match? The more I look at it, a draw's a fantastic result. So I'm not going to complain anymore. I'm just going to thank the lads for their effort because they were really good. So we'll deal with that press conference off camera. We'll try and tie in a couple of double headers moving forward. So not so much the October ones, but if there's anything riding on the last games against Russia and Israel, we'll come back for one of those rather than a club game. But the next episode will be from Salford's point of view. It'll be against one of the teams in October. Depending on how we're doing, whereabouts it'll be, I can't promise just yet. I did want to do Luton Town because obviously it's the club I support, but I know that's going to be a little bit too early, just 4 games time. so I'll probably do the return fixture against them. Otherwise, we'll be back later on in October to show you a game from Salford City. Hopefully we'll still be flying up the league. Fingers crossed we'll have another signing or two as well. I can see there's free agency scouting, so fingers crossed he goes for one of them. But I'm really pleased with how Salford started, and I'm quite satisfied with that Ireland performance actually. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of the tactic and the performance from Ireland, what you make of this start to the season with Salford. There's a lot of talking points. Talk us through the deadline day transfers. Do you agree that they're good deals, or has he panicked in just signing left backs? It seems to be that we're very heavy in certain positions and a couple we're very much struggling. But overall, I can't complain. From where we were at the last episode, I'm really pleased on both fronts here. So hopefully some big jobs will come up. We can take advantage of overachieving. I'd love to get a Premier League or big European League move now. And hopefully that will be forthcoming in the next few months. But if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and tick that notification bell to get daily updates as our episodes release from these FM20 stories. We'll be back tomorrow with Dorking Wanderers, again after a start to the season in the Championship, adapting to the second tier of English football for the first ever time. Then on Sunday we've got a double header coming. Firstly at 4:30 our new stadium review series continues. Review the 92. Make sure you check out the first one of that in the eye above. A real interactive one for football fans, so make sure you come and give us your views. We're really looking forward to it and we've enjoyed the ones we've done so far. So please do check it out and I hope you enjoy it too. And then at midday on Sunday we'll have the debut of our FM20 network career. One season, 2 National League teams, 2 hosts going head to head. And who's going to come out on top? Fingers crossed it'll be me. But a big thanks for watching this one as always and your continued support with the series. I'm glad I can be a bit more positive for you today. And hopefully I'll see you next time for a big game with Salford as we try to keep this surprising position in the Championship table.